Hello and welcome everyone again, and I am as disappointed as most of you. Like, Niantic today dropped a new update for season 14 and there's basically no changes. Like at this point, I don't want to make this video about a rant or something about the game, but what do people in Niantic report to their bosses? Like, okay, there is a new season, what do we do? Oh, nothing? Is that even an option? I guess that's an option after seeing like the update about the new season. Like if we go to the blog. Okay, this video is about the top teams in Great League, but look at this. New cups, new moves. Oh, this is the pose. They added it to the game. I don't like the outfit, but it doesn't matter. That's not the main thing. Like, most of the cups are underwhelming. Like, every cup where Registeel is allowed, Registeel is not banned, but what beats Registeel is banned. This cup, they didn't ban they didn't ban God of War, but they banned the Mew for some reason. It's like Niantic are trying to not ban the toxic stuff. Like, I don't know, it feels like they want us to stop playing the game for some reason. Like, look at this. Like, who's gonna use a Flygon with bomb burst or Como with bomb burst? Well, we don't have Como too. Even if we have it, we're not gonna run this because we need close combat and Dragon Claw. Whimsicott with Fairy Wind, no one's gonna use that. You know why? Because with Fairy Wind you lose to Altaria now. This is the only good one, and it's only for Ultra League, and it's not that good because it doesn't beat Coffin, which is very dominant against the Jellicent. Like, there is like the matchup now, instead of beating Charizard, now you destroy Charizard, which is a matchup you already win without the Surf. So Surf Jellicent is good. What does it else do? I mean, it's a better matchup now against the Poison Dart because Jellicent is bulky. But one Pokemon change to one meta that people don't play that much is nothing. Niantic, if you're watching this video, I don't know what to tell you. Like, yo, if you are the only viewer who watch and work with Niantic, this is bad. Please do some changes. Well, I mean, they aren't gonna do any changes, but okay. Now, I intended to have the music louder today just for you guys because it's been a long time since last time I posted a video. And in today's video, we will be talking about the top teams in the Open Great League Season 14. My name is Yasser Alid and I am a Twitch streamer. I stream on Twitch during the weekend and 2 days a week, 3 p.m. Central Time during the weekends and 12 noon Central Time during the weekdays. So, Open Great League, 1500 CP Pokemons, and you can use anything that's 1500. There is no limits. The main Pokemons in this cup, Walrein is still a dominant Pokemon. Altaria is very solid. Pelipper, too strong. Venusaur, situationally OP. Toxapex, slightly underwhelming. Deoxys Defense, I would say anti-meta Pokemon. These Pokemon shine in the lead for two reasons. One, they have very good fast move pressure to the point where opponent will be forced to shield bad moves, because the bad move with the good fast move make a good combination where, like, you don't care that your bad move doesn't do that much damage, because if they don't shield it, they will lose their health and then they will be forced into playing an unfavorable alignment, because winning lead in this game matters a lot. This is the only game where if you win lead, win swap, you win most of the games. No other games is like that, because most of the games nowadays you rely on items that will, or gear that will change your champion and flip the weaknesses into a playable matchups. But in this game, it's sponsored by RPS, not Rock Paper Slark, the Twitter that makes polls all day long, like every day 70 polls. No, like, this game is sponsored by RPS, where some types destroy other types and get destroyed by other types. Like, that's it. You know how Bastiodon destroy Flyads, but Flyads destroy Fighters, which destroy Bastiodon? Yeah, this is the circle. But there are some Pokemons that do not have that many bad moves, which make them a solid safe swap. The best Pokemon in the current meta as a safe swap is Umbreon. Why? Because it's the only Pokemon that doesn't lose hard to its own counters and still beat Lantern and Trevenant, and Noctowl, which are the most dominant 3 in this cup. Sableye is just Sableye. You can do Sableye stuff every time you don't know what to do. You just throw a Sableye. You like Sableye, I choose you, go fight them. I don't care. Flip swap, get me a shield advantage. Sableye will do that. Lickitung is slightly underwhelming now because of the Noctowl meta, where like if you safe swap this Pokemon, you get punished by Noctowl. It's a tough matchup to come. Like you won't be happy with the results if you get counter swapped by that. That's why this code is the most toxic code in the history of the game, because they are 2 RPS. Well, if you get a good matchup, you're just gonna win the game because of that. You don't even need to think. You can literally play like Icepan and you still win the game. Speaking of Icepan, Icepan is a good player, okay? He paid me to say that, by the way. Thank you, Icepan, for this. No, he didn't. Mantine. Mantine is here because there is a player named Weedle. He still hit very high leaderboard during Great League with Mantine. How? I have no idea. Why do I have it here? I don't know. It's not supposed to be a good Pokemon, but somehow Weedle still won with Mantine, and he still climbed page 1 leaderboard with Mantine. What does he do against Lantern? I don't know. He's just too good at the game, I guess. Closets. Closets are Pokemon that tend to be good in no shield scenario. I usually have here something called generals, which are Pokemon that are good everywhere. Well, all of these Pokemons can be generals, okay? But closets are Pokemon that have the potential to nuke, where they don't lose that many matchups in the zero, especially against their own counters. As an example, Registeel with I think 2-3 lock-ons can beat Medicham in the zero if they don't have Dynamic Punch. Diggersby can do that if they don't have Dynamic Punch. Scrafty, Azu with 1 bubble and 1 turn lead against Venusaur, you can win the zero. Swampert, well, you beat everything except grass with energy lead. Stunfisk, the Pokemon that doesn't have counters, because nothing counters Stunfisk unless it's a hard counter with the same energy, because Stunfisk with energy lead destroys stuff. Bastiodon, I don't want to talk about this Pokemon. I will leave talking about Bastiodon to Caleb Pink, because he liked this Pokemon, he used this Pokemon a lot. I don't use it, I don't like it, and I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want people to use it as well. Another Pokemon that worth mentioning is Double. Why? It's good. Maybe, and I feel like it's good because I don't have it. So I feel like if I have it, I would destroy teams with it. But sometimes some people told me that's not true because they have it and they didn't have success with it. But hey, it's a solid Pokemon. Anti-Pokemon. What meta Pokemons? What's anti-meta Pokemons? Pokemon that have the potential to be too good, but they aren't good enough to beat current meta. Why? Because the current meta is 2 RPS and we have like lots of amazing Pokemons that they can just beat their own counters. Noctowl. I am sure many of you had Medicham that lost to Noctowl. Well, Noctowl is supposed to lose that. Sorry, Medi is supposed to lose that. I mean, there's Stunfisk aligned versus Noctowl, and Stunfisk lost that. That's a matchup. Walrein lost to Noctowl because Noctowl had 100 energy. Well, that's supposed to happen. But hey, I was trying to make a point, okay? Stop trying to make a counter argument to everything I say. The main Pokemon that deserve, like, worth mentioning the most is Gliscor. Why? Well, there is a player named Pokemango, one of the best players in the world, and my teammate. He made it to number 2 on leaderboard using Gliscor. What was the team? Well, he didn't post the team. He didn't send me battles against the team, so I'm not gonna say it because he didn't give me the, what do you call it, the permission to say that. So I'm not gonna say his team. That's it. If we're lucky enough, maybe he send us some battles and we will shoutcast it from there. Shadow Nidoqueen. It was great meta Pokemon. Now after the nerf, it's not good enough to be meta. Shadow Jumpluff. The good thing about Shadow Jumpluff is that it destroys Lantern. It beats Altaria in the zero if you have Fairy Wind. You beat Medicham, you beat Stunfisk. That's it. That's it? Well, those are already a lot, okay? And it's not bad against Trev, because you can just go Air Blast. and you will get good results, by the way. Another Pokemon here that's worth mentioning, Shadow A9. Why Shadow A9? Because non-Shadow A9 is not good enough in the current meta, where the Shadow can actually beat Noctowl, I think. And the 2s, if you have Shadow, my Shadow has Frustration, so that's not that's not good enough. Cress is just a Cress. Tropius, if Surfetch, meh. Coffin is good. Coffin is good. You just need to avoid the Noctowl. How can you avoid the most common Pokemon? I don't know. You figure it out. Flyers, don't use them, because there is only one good flyer, and it's Noctowl. Obama Snow is average meta Pokemon, not the greatest, but it has a niche spot in the current meta because it can beat Noctowl and it does beat Lantern and Trevenant, which are the most dominant 3 Pokemons in the meta. Trevenant, why Trevenant is a spice? Trevenant is literally in the top 4 Pokemons in the Ultra League. I don't know, Great League, I don't know. I'm not gonna remove it. Dunsparce, it's a Core Breaker. It's not good enough because it lacks the stab damage, which make it painful to watch. Because, like, imagine throwing drill runs against Lantern and you still lose, because rank 1, I think up to rank 10, Lantern can beat Dunsparce in the 0 by 1 HP. They live with 1 HP through the second move. So it's sad to see like a drill run user losing to an electric Pokemon. It doesn't also reliably beat Noctowl because Rock Slides doesn't do enough damage, again because it's non-stab. Any other Pokemon worth mentioning? I think that's it. Some spicy Pokemons that people can use: Shadow Gallade, Cradily, Pidgeot, Shiftry. Celio is an interesting Pokemon because it can beat the Trevenant, it beats the Flyers comfortably, and it's bulkier than the Walrein. So if you need a Walrein that's bulkier, that's Celio. Skunk has a decent spot. I prefer that on Shadow in the current meta, to be honest, because Shadow just shield everything. That's the only thing I need to talk about in this meta. Shadow Grimer has a good spot in the meta, but I prefer the other one. Now we talked about the Pokemons. How about the teams? Okay, like if we use those Pokemons, what is a good team? Well, the top 3 Pokemons on PvPoke are Medi, Registeel, Bastion. Well, this team loses to Trevenant very hard. Well, it's top 3 PvPoke, so those are like the most dominant 3 according to PvPoke. But is that actually true? Well, the top performing team according, or like the most used team according to Go Battle Log, which is an amazing tool that shows you what like the teams that people use the most, was Medi, Basti, Shadowvik. Remember when Walward posted a video about Bastiodon, Shadowvik, and Vigoroth because he didn't have a Medi? Well, now you can use Medi instead of the Vigoroth. What's to talk about this team? Nothing. I am not going to talk about any Bastiodon team. Now, moving into my favorite team, which is the team I use, and according to PvPoke, it was the top rated team. I used it for 2-3 days and it got popular after we made a YouTube video. And the YouTube video is the top rated team on PvPoke, which is my team. So feel free to go and watch that video, because I explained how to play most of the matchups. Because there is stuff like, what do you do if it says Trevenant lead? If you go Pelipper, they might have a Lantern and then you lose the game. So make sure to watch the video. That's the name of the video, the top rated team on PvPoke. And it was the top rated team by far. Look at this, 0.7% usage. That means 7 every 1,000, and it is like 60 million people who play the game. No, that's a cope. That's a cope. No one plays this game. It's only me and my viewers. That's it. Other viewers don't watch the game. They just watch without playing the game. Yeah, sure, 100%. I played 2 teams last Great League rotation: Stunfisk, Pelipper, Sableye, and the other one was basically Stunfisk, Double Ghost. This is the best Open Great League team. That's the video. Road to rank 20. That's the team I used when everyone was spamming Trevenant, Lantern, Noctowl. What's the reason behind that? Well, Stunfisk is a neutral to Trevenant, Noctowl, and Lantern. And Sableye destroy the opposing Trevenant. They have a Trevenant. If they swap in Trevenant, you go Sableye. If they swap in Lantern, you just go Trevenant. So these are the teams I used, and you can see like this name here is the name of the YouTube video, but that's not the main team. Like, people use this team the most. Lantern, Noctowl, and Medi. Some people started using the Trevenant later because Trevenant can beat the Medi and the Noctowl here. So all you need to do is to align the Trevenant against one of those. And this by far is the team that everyone complain about. Even Bastion users would complain about this team because they have to stop that loose to beat Bastion. Is that all the teams that people used? Well, there is an old team from season 4, I think. Was popularized by FP Sticks. It's a great team again. Venusaur. If Venusaur gets a good matchup, it hits everything. Like, there is nothing that walls Venusaur's energy completely. Well, there is Crobat and Golbat. Well, no one's gonna use that in Open Great League, right? So if you're looking for a team that's consistent, I recommend this team. After my teams, of course, right? But there is some player that's still been playing the same team since preseason. His name is Ice Bandy. Do you guys know Ice Bandy, the streamer? He always complain about the meta, but he always ends up playing the same team. Licky, DD, and Medi. And if he feels like he has to play Spies, he'll just replace the Medi with Deoxys Defense. If Deoxys Defense get popular and, you know, like Ice Pan, we call him Ice Spice, right? Instead of Ice Pan. He's Medi. And if people playing Lickitung, if his Lickitung doesn't get alignment or good matchup, he'll play Lickitung with Diggersby. But that's pretty much the only 5 Pokemons he has because he doesn't grind, right? So, yeah, he only played 5 Pokemons. That's it. In Ultra League, he played DD, Snorlax, and Pidgeot. And if not Snorlax, he used maybe Licky. Yeah. Okay, Gaines once said Icepan play DD Licky. So if you don't think Icepan do that, playing Pokegames. He literally said, he told me once, yeah, did you see Icepan playing DD Licky in Ultra League? Okay, moving to the next team. This team was popularized by Senix Pokemon. He actually climbed to 3300 when 3300 was the first page leaderboard. The team is Dragonite Double Steel. Yes, I know everyone used this team, but technically the way he played it, how he played the specific matchups, he was, let's say, the highest MMR who used this team. So if you are interested on how to play these matchups, yeah, you can go and watch this video. G-Fisk Double Flyer was the most dominant team on paper, according to Go Battle Log. PvPoke posted in one day about a team that's Swampert Double Flyer instead of G-Fisk Double Flyer. Like the tools, the AI on Go Battle Log assumed that G-Fisk Double Flyer with Altaria is a dominant team, and then PvPoke AI said that this is the most dominant team. And I think Yonkes made a video. I think Zionic also made a video. Someone asked me about a Toxapex team. You can literally use this team with any of these 4, either this or this, with either this or this. So if there is so many Lantern, I think this team is tough to use, but hey, this is good versus this is fine versus Lantern, this is fine versus Lantern, this is good against Lantern. Umbreon beats Lantern. You can also use the wholesome version of this team by, yeah, you choose one of the counter users here with one of the Ghost or the Darks here and Toxapex. I'm not gonna talk about this team again. We don't talk about Basti team. And now moving into 2 teams that everyone started using the last 2 days of Great League. Okay, and I think one of those people is Inadequance. He played this team and then he convinced Wholesome to play it, and someone submitted battles to Inadequance, I think. So I don't know who actually made this team, the original creator, but the team is basically Lantern, Chestnut, Frostlass, in any order, it doesn't matter. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. Okay, you can actually also do this. So the whole thing behind Chestnut can beat Sableye. It's not bad against Medi. It destroys Lantern. It's not that bad against the Swampert. Yo, it's not that bad. And the other 2 are to handle the Noctowl. One of those can handle Noctowl. The other 2 has only one job: get chestnut to get a good alignment. If chestnut get a good alignment, it actually sweep. Okay, I was surprised to see that like chestnut made it, and like lots of people on the page leaderboard were also running this team. Another version of this team was with a Charizard. I think it's Axen made it to #1 using Charizard, then everyone copied that team, but I am sure the team was something like this. So you could do G-Fisk here as well as a Frostlass answer, as a Noctowl answer, because one answer is not enough. You can always run the triple counter, the team that was popularized by Walwar, and I think that's the end of today's video. Special thank to GoBattleLog for giving me access to their data, PvPoke for his amazing tools, and the website that everyone who does PvP in competitive or learning PvP can use. YTX Pikachu for giving me access to GoBattleLog. And yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much everyone for watching. If you like the video, make sure to leave a like, new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.